same with Pep, guys. Please show up and pass the microphone around. James, stop.
Hi Pep, sorry, James Ducker from The Telegraph. Pep, could you just give us an update on exactly what the situation is with Aguero and how long you expect him to be out? And
we'll be out a few games. I don't know exactly, a few weeks, but we'll be out. Yeah.
And do you know
exactly? I don't know.
And what type of muscle problem was it?
Here,
his thigh.
Tendon. Here in front.
Okay.
I don't know the name in English, but
okay.
We'll be a few weeks out.
And have you got any other injury problems or?
No. Rodri and David, they were out because they had cramp. They are okay.
But they're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Pep. I'm from Ukraine, and one question about Alex Zinchenko. For us, for our country, he's the most popular player, maybe one of the strongest in our national team. What can you say about him, about his progress, and about his role in your team?
Well, now unfortunately he's injured, and he arrived as a young player. We loaned him in Holland. He didn't play much. Came back. We want to loan him again, but he want to stay, and he trained incredible, and he convinced us to stay, extend the contract. He's a player like incredible professional, and he can play in several positions. He adapted really well in a position like normally is not for him. And happy to have him, and it's good.
Hi Pep, Jamie Jackson from The Guardian. When Laporte was injured and then you had John Stones, you said, well, let's see how it goes over a period of time having some of your best defenders out. So how would you assess your team has been playing now? It's been a couple of months.
John?
Well, since Laporte was injured, and then you had Stones injured for a little while and he's come back. But when Laporte was injured, you said, well, let's see how we can do with Fernandinho, for example, in central defence and just dealing with this over a number of games, weeks. So how do you think you are dealing with it now?
Yeah, when you win is good. When you don't win is not good. In general, I think I had the feeling that we are getting better week by week, and players like it was long time injured, and the players is a new position, and Mendy came back for a long time. Angelino the first season together, so Joao a few months together with us, so to adjust us, to try to understand them, to help each other, to defend as a group, as a back four plus the people in the middle. But in general, it's not bad. So we concede not much chances and few goals. So we will improve, and I'm more than satisfied with what they have done because they try to do their best.
Okay, you need a point from the last two games. So how do you see the game tomorrow going?
Well, it's in a position that we have is good. The fact that we have 10 points, the other ones they have 2, but we are not qualified. I know that Dinamo Zagreb and Shakhtar can win both games. We'll be out. So tomorrow have the chance to close, the group stage at home against Shakhtar. Like we know them quite well, they know us quite well. We're going to prepare how we came back after so demanding game 2 days ago on Saturday against Chelsea, and we'll see tomorrow how is our physical condition and the way we have to play the game. But we have to try to do their best to go to Zagreb with the job done. So, and that we're going to try to do tomorrow.
Hi Pep. When you say a few weeks for Sergio, does that mean he's going to miss the derby, or do you think there's a chance he will miss the derby?
Yeah.
I think you've said before about Mikel Arteta that you think he could be a future Manchester City manager. He's said himself he's ambitious to be a manager. He's recently been linked with Arsenal again, as he was a couple of years ago. Are you surprised to hear that?
I think for my news, Unai Emery is manager from Arsenal, so of course he will be manager sooner or later. If I would be in his position, like assistant coach with 20, the young he is, always we will have that. Now we're going to finish this season. In the future, I don't know what's going to happen.
Do you think there's no rush for him, given his age and given that you've got 18 months left on your contract?
But I would like honestly stay with us as much as possible. I think not Pep. I think Manchester City has incredible value person, to work in this club for the future. But personal life is personal life. Personal or professional desires are professionals, each one, and everyone, not just me. We are more than satisfied to have him here. But what happened at the end of the season, I don't know.
Sorry, Pep. That's the second time there's been interest in Mikel. Why is he so highly thought of in English football at the minute?
He knows he was an incredible player. Normally, the holding midfielders, they have a vision. What happened on the pitch, and all mates. When you are a striker, you think on the goals and keeper to save it. But I think the holding midfielder is an incredible lesson during your period as a football player to learn what happened. You don't need to go to school. You read it, you understand it completely. And he was so clever in that. And of course, more than that, is an incredible human being and work ethic and work a lot. And so I said, after a few months we were together, this guy will be a manager sooner or later. When he was going to said he's already a manager, so he behaved as a manager. So that's why we are satisfied to have him here.
Hi Pep. We've just heard from Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, he's going to expected to fill in for Sergio Aguero. How does he, as a young striker, cope with that pressure when he has to have these periods in the team where he knows he's going to be the main man?
Well, I never. It's so difficult to find a player, a human being, the big start, an incredible what achieved in this club like Sergio, and be humble like he is. It's not easy. Normally, when one player achieves the worst he has achieved in his career here in Manchester City, normally you can turn and think something you are not. And Sergio is completely the opposite. He's the humblest guys who I ever met. There are other players that they believe they are incredible, and they did much less than Sergio. And cope with that is not easy for Gabriel, because it's what he said a few minutes ago is like this, but it's the same case. There's no other striker with this level. He can be so humble and accept the situation as Gabriel. I know that he said that, so I'm not happy when don't play, but that is no news. It's the same way Sergio doesn't play or another player in the squad. But I understand that. But the important is what day after going to training, how you training. And never miss or fail one training session in a bad condition or bad behavior, Gabriel. That's why when we said I want to learn, I want to work, that is the truth. Sometimes the players say that to be gentle with the manager or gentle with the media, but that is not the case. That is the reality. He's an incredible guy in that terms, and I think they respect each other. It's not easy. I think Sergio played a little bit more minutes than Gabriel this season, but not much more. So I try to be involved both, because one have an incredible quality and the other one have an incredible quality. I think they complementary as well. When the teams that defend so deep during a lot of minutes, we need both, sometimes on the pitch. And of course we're going to miss Sergio because we need him. And unfortunately we had a lot of problems this season in injuries, big ones with Leroy and Americ and Laporte. But we are going to wait him, and meanwhile we have Gabriel, we have Sterling can play there in that position. So we are going to live without him for a while.
Pep, you always talk about your side not giving up, as we saw again on Saturday. Is that one of the greatest strengths of this team? And what confidence does that give you that this season can be a successful one?
For what reason?
The strength of your team and your side not giving up.
Yeah, I said after the press conference, because we want. But we are a strength. So this team has it. So they don't have to do what they have done. Of course, it was difficult because the first 20 minutes so tight, but after the goal the Chelsea scored, they play really well in the game, and of course how we react. But we found the goal when we didn't play in our best level. Football is like this, and after we turn, and the last 5 minutes, the first half, we could have scored 2 easy goals to go 3-1 in the half time. By the second time, the game was much better, except one action from Kante, where we defend not well and they make a good action. After, we didn't concede many chances. We create few to score more goals. Honestly, we scored a goal, but it was disallowed it. But in general, the strength and the how we react in bad situations, this team is always was there. And like we won is in our strength. We were not able, or with 2-2 and no concede the goal in the last minute, would have been we don't have character. You are a weak point, weak team. So I know how it works. But from my point of view, the team is always there. Always. It doesn't matter what happened in terms of results.
Pep, you've never used injuries as an excuse, but you've got 10 games, I think, now in 5 weeks. How frustrating is it to lose Sergio at this time, given all the other injuries you've had? And how big a test now is this of your squad in this period?
Of course, it's the toughest period coming now. In November, December, January, February. So a lot of games, and it's what it is. So we would prefer. Would rather have everyone, but my advice to the players or myself, don't think too much. Don't think the massage room and see which players we have, what you have to do. And we have enough good players. We have enough quality there, and the mentality, I think maybe it's going to give us an extra, and maybe it's help us. I don't know. So unfortunately, it's what it is. So don't think too much. And today, make another regeneration day, because yesterday the team was so tired. And prepare the game tomorrow as best as possible to give the Champions League in the pocket in February. So that is what you have to do tomorrow.
Do you tell your players it's not, injuries are not an excuse? It's not, because a lot of managers
do. For the day one.
Yeah.
For the day one.
Yeah.
I never came here and I said after the game or before the game, we didn't have this player. I'm so sorry for them, but they have to recover individually. We are going to wait them. But that's why we have a good squad, in some positions weak, for the absence of players, but it's the best thing to move forward. The people don't care if you have injuries or no injuries, or we are complaining if in the position. Find solutions that you have to find solutions with the players we have. You have the academy, and that's all.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. With Gabriel, have you ever had to persuade him that his future is here, or have you always felt that he wanted to be here, even though he can't play all the time?
He arrives in his impact, his energy immediately seduced us, and was incredibly impressed. We do that, and after had a blow injury, and after another one, in the moment was the best, and he extended the contract. And one guy who extended the contract because he want to stay here. With the situation he has with Sergio, he knew it before they extend the contract. My advice to him, and we told him, if you are not sure and you are that position, you know exactly, you don't have to extend the contract. You can go in other places. I said, no, I want to stay here. I like to play here. No, he has his future in his hands. He's young. He's going to play many years. And number 9 with Firmino with Brazil national team. So, and I think they are incredible complementary. Of course, Sergio is going to retire when he decides to retire sooner than Gabriel, and hopefully can stay here longer. But at the end, the desire for the players will decide, and we will do everything to keep him here for as much time as possible.
What do you think drives him?
Drives him?
Well, what motivates him?
So I don't know. You had him here a few minutes ago to ask him. So I don't know.
Good answer.
No, as always. I don't know. I think Premier League, big club, big mates. I don't know. I think improve. He's a guy, honestly, when he said I want to improve, and he listens a lot, and he feels bad when he doesn't play or don't score goals. So, and the day after when doesn't play, the way he comes to a training session, I admire him. More I appreciate, I admire him, this kind of players, especially Gabriel. So I love. I don't like the players don't play. They can be upset, but the day after come here, they show me how sad or upset they are because they didn't play the day before. That is not the right way. These players, they're going to be out for themselves alone immediately. Gabriel was completely the opposite. It's exceptional how every game you see in the games in training session you don't see them, but in the games play good or bad, but he gives absolutely everything. And I think the last Copa America he plays so good, so well, and won that, and he came back with another mood, another confident in himself, and that's why we are I don't have doubts he's going to play well in the next weeks. Like Sergio is not available.
Pep, on Saturday you said Rodri and David Silva had cramp. Are they both fit to play tomorrow?
Yeah,
they're okay.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, so Sergio will not be fit for the derby against Manchester United. He'll miss that game.
I think the derby is in 2-3 weeks.
December the 7th.
In 3 weeks.
So
7.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We'll not be ready. Maybe we'll have a miracle, but I don't think so. So.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.